All right, welcome to Crippled System Video Podcast number 6. This is Jeremy, Valiant418 on the forums. I will be your color commentator today. And on my right...
I'm Nate. I'm Kaichiro on the forums.
And on my left...
I am John. I am Men Authority on the forums.
Or Menoth John, as we call him locally, although there is already one of those.
But
All
not
right.
the real one.
So I wasn't here for this game, so you guys will have to talk about what's going on here.
Well, okay, as people are probably going to notice and critique me on, I'm running Convergence with no support. I wasn't going to proxy anything. I'm going to learn to play it with the models that are out.
And being the gentlemanly opponent I am, I decided not to go Mangled Metal, mainly because I just didn't know, and used lots of support. So I have a few jacks with a Mon, and then just some Zealots for a screen, and just a few random support troops.
And judging by the death clock, we're playing, 35 points here?
Correct.
Okay. And just, you're playing Circle there, John?
No, I'm actually playing Menoth.
Menoth, okay, sorry. It's hard to tell with the metal at a distance. Once they spread out, I'm sure I'd be able to tell. And then the Wold Guardians in the middle of the table?
Those are actually flags.
Okay. And we're playing in...
The disappearing flag scenario, whatever that is called.
I knew what it was a second ago, and I just forgot it. So, the disappearing flag scenario. All right. This will be very exciting. So, and if I remember, this is the Battle of the Synergy Casters, I believe you guys said?
Synergy off.
That is correct.
All right, so we're going to see who synergizes better than the other synergizer, and then maybe the winner will have to play a game against my my Ret now that I have synergy, and we'll find out who the true master is.
That is correct.
So, I don't actually know who won, so I don't even know who I'm volunteering myself to play here. So that works out.
Rest assured, Jeremy, it was one of us.
I figured it was one of you, probably one of you playing a synergy caster. So, John, you're starting. You're on first. What's in your list and why?
Well, I've got a Reckoner and Vanquisher. I guess heavy jacks, mainly to use as beat sticks, and also I wanted to make sure that most of my troops had some sort of range capability as well to try to soften up the opponent before I engage and try to destroy him with a synergy boost.
Okay.
And then you got a Zealots in there just for screening purposes, basically, and also a little extra damage and true up light infantry, of which there isn't much on the other side of the table. And then just for support, I've got Choir, some Vassals, and a Hierophant.
Okay. And is that a Squire I see on the table? What is that guy?
That is a Choir member with his little Menofix broken off.
You primed him white or something, it looks
Yes.
like? Okay. And the Zealots have a UA, I assume?
Yep, they do have the Monolith Bear with them.
Okay. So you're running the only infantry on the table, because you're not even running an infantry model as a caster for the most part.
Correct. That's because Convergence, as of current with the video, did not have any infantry out.
Clockwork's out now, right?
Yeah, the Angels, yes.
The Angels, yeah.
But no,
Clockwork's kind of a bad word, I guess.
Yeah, everything's clockwork.
Everything is clockwork.
No, I've got Syntherian, as obvious. I've got a Cypher. I've got 2 of the monitors. And
Andy's beard approaching the...
Yeah, Andy's beard. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. This is the point where
Andy
said, the camera isn't filming, let me fix it.
And then we pause it. Super exciting.
And get all confused.
And then we start it again, apparently. So I guess we're good.
All right,
if the video cuts out, you'll all know why. So for those of us that don't play Convergence, and I assume that's many of our listeners, what are those heavy jacks you described? What do they do? Because we might not know them.
The Cypher is all about, it's the multi-purpose vector, really. It's got some good ranged attacks for clearing out infantry. It has the option to do POW 6s on everything that the 4-inch AoE lands on, to flare the targets, or -2 defense, or to put out rough terrain.
Nice.
The monitor is...
2 of those, right?
No, 1 of those. There's 2 of the monitors. The monitors have a POW 13 crit brutal ellipse-off flinger. It's the longest range in the army at 13 inches.
Nice.
And a POW 17 sustained attack open fist.
Very cool.
I can't remember what it's called. Punching Spike, probably.
And that's the one you have 2 of?
That's the one I have 2 of.
Okay.
Then there is the inverter.
Oh, and those guys see stealth, right? The ellipse off flingers?
Yes. They can see through stealth, concealment, I think camouflage. I can't remember everything without the cards in front of me.
No, that's fine.
The inverter is the heavy hitter, obviously, with the POW 20 on the macro pummeler that can only be used once a round.
Okay.
And like POW 17, I think, on the chain weapon that it has.
Doesn't the monitor have 2 18s?
No, the monitor has 117. It's the Cipher that has 218.
Okay, so
Yeah,
the Cipher
I forgot to
technically
count that.
has more attacks at an 18 than...
Technically, yes.
But the 20... The Macro Pummeler's not bad. I'm not
Right.
saying it is, but yeah.
And then 2 mitigators. They're really in there because of the knockdown. I knew that I was going to be facing some jacks there. I want to be able to knock them down and hopefully, take out some of those zealots with the auto 1-point punctures.
So they're the 1-point puncture on a 3-inch AoE or a knockdown on a 3-inch AoE?
No, it's both. It's knockdown is on a direct hit to everything in the AoE, and then the puncture is just general.
But short range, if I recall, like 10?
Range 7.
7, even shorter. Okay. Yeah, 7, because everything's like a prime number on their ranges or something goofy like that.
Yeah, something like that.
I've heard something along these lines. So what were your guys' game plans here? We've seen your turn 1. John moved up. Obviously, you moved up in much more of a brick than John did. What were you guys going for here?
Well, I guess my initial plan was just to try to jam up into, past the middle of the field. Use the zealots to kind of make a screen, and Greater Destiny for a turn just to try to keep him as far away from the flags as possible while I kind of sat back and popped a couple shots at him.
Okay. Which you you got a Reckoner on the left, it looks like?
Yep, we got a Reckoner up on the left, kind of moving around the woods.
Yep.
And then I have, I guess I didn't mention before, I had a Devout, also used to just kind of protect them on, and it's a nice reach jack to get in there, and with synergy bonuses.
Yeah, it's a good synergy jack. Yeah.
And there's also a Dervish hiding in there, kind of towards the other corner of the woods.
Dervish is the non-character Fire Salvation model?
The Dervish is the light jack with 2 swords that's got the sidestep.
Oh, okay, yep. See, I totally know Manoth. Right. Okay, so that's your plan, and I see you're now executing the Zealot plan, as you stated. Yep. You guys did forget a minor detail here. I assume at some point you roll off to see which flag disappears?
Well, that's the bottom of turn 2.
Nope, it's bottom of 1.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, then I'm playing at a distinct disadvantage because I am advancing not knowing which flag is disappearing.
Okay, so theoretically it would have been before the end of the first player's first turn is kind of how the end of the second player's first turn is technically when you roll it, but whatever.
Yes. We decided to play it and do it whenever we happen to remember to do it.
It's another approach.
Pretty much how we were treating everything because I don't think I remember that I had synergy up for most of the match.
So you're playing the synergy off, and you guys repeatedly refer to the match as a synergy off, and you forgot about the named spell called synergy?
I did.
Did you at least put out your other upkeeps? Because I know that Syntherian's a buff bot, so did you at least put those out?
He doesn't really have enough to throw out everything first turn, so I have Synergy up, of course, and then I put up Reconstruct on the Cipher.
That one's a ball buster.
Or it might be... No, that was Hot Shot on the monitor. That's what I did first.
So Newby and I played recently. I recorded it, but I'm not going to release it because it was not very well recorded. But
and it was badly played.
He never put respawn onto any of his jacks, so I don't want to spoil the game or anything, but you did remember that spell was on your card this game, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It came into play.
Okay, good. Because I remember on our game, the penultimate turn where I killed 2 heavies, the turn ended and he went, wow, if I'd had respawn on one of those guys, that would have been really good right now.
Yeah, well... So, jumping into this fresh out of Circle, never had access to that. So
that is true.
It's a learning experience.
And I mean, I guess I'm more familiar with the spell probably than a lot of people would be, just because of respawn on Saren, and I play a lot of Saren in Legion. So she's the only one that has that spell, right? Or does somebody else?
I think she may be the only one.
There might be someone else that has it. If so, I'm sure somebody will yell at me on the forum and tell me I'm dumb. But
yell at them, call them dumb, please.
Saren's the one that I remember that has it, and she uses it like whoa. So great spell. Now, did the Forest get in your way at all, John? I know that Manoth doesn't have a ton in the way of Pathfinder.
Well, fortunately, Amon does have mobility, which gives us Jax Pathfinder and +2 speed.
Okay, well then probably not.
It didn't slow down my Jax or Amon. The Zealots did get slowed down a little bit, kind of running through it, trying to make a little shield across the field there.
And it looks like you're softening him up here. I assume you've Greater Destinied already?
Yep, I Greater Destinied this turn, and right now I believe the Reckoner... Oh, I think the Vanquisher just fired here.
Nice.
And he's
missed.
Yeah, he fell a little short.
Oh, yep, that'll do it.
Yeah, I was trying to hit... Is that the monitor at the top of the field there?
Yeah, monitor on the right.
Yeah, I was trying to focus on my fire on the monitor, but...
You lit a Greater Destiny Zealot on fire. You know, I hear that's one of the things that's really bad to do to Greater Destiny Zealots.
Yes, because they will die.
They will die from that. I mean, they get a chance to roll it off, but yeah, it's not good times for them. I know that's one of my favorite things to do with Stormfall, one of Greater Destiny Zealots, because a lot of people will play their Zealots the turn that they Greater Destiny just in a clump together, and I just lob some not auto fire, but on hit fire for my Stormfalls in there, and it's pretty good times for me.
Yeah. Not so good for the Zealots.
Not so good for the Zealots, but I'm all right with it.
The burning's good though. Menoth can be on board with that.
So, taking another shot here with I assume that's a...
yep, Vassal is
yep.
getting an ancillary attack on the Vanquisher, and he's shooting at a target that's in range.
Okay, that's always a plus.
The other monitor.
Okay.
Yep. And rolling pretty good on damage.
We can see your dice and everything. I hope you roll there a lot, because we can actually read them.
Yeah, actually, I think I roll those quite a bit.
Nice. Well done.
And hopefully I roll on that side of the table.
Yeah, if you roll on that side of the table, that'd be good. I'm guessing
we
because...
should keep that in mind for a future video cast.
Yeah, I know when Videocast 5, Jordan and Brian, they had a dice rolling box right there, just so they remembered to roll in it. Because knowing, if Newby's anything like me, he'll roll on the other side just because it's his right hand. But it looks like maybe not.
What's that?
Wow! See, I don't know what happened.
And you...
A 6?
Can't really read his die?
A 6 for something. It was a
that
circle die.
Fire going out.
Oh, okay. Fire did not go out on your monitor.
Yeah.
And then your monitor didn't care because it had armor like whoa.
Armor 19. That's
Yeah. It's pretty good against fire.
And here I'm using the auto regenerate, which actually does come in handy. Those vectors are surprisingly resilient as is, and the auto repair that Syntherian gives them is just redonkulous.
So run us through Syntherian's card, what you can remember of it right now, because I'm guessing a lot of people don't know Convergence as well as other factions.
Okay, well, the big thing with the Convergence casters is the fact that their vectors use the casters' mat and rat scores. Now, that's not exactly the greatest thing in the world for some of them, because the highest rat in the faction for the casters is going to be 5, I believe. Okay. And that's going to be on Syntherian and the Iron Mother Directrix.
Okay.
Past that, it just goes straight down to the toilet. You're talking Axis, the next big caster coming out, has a rat too. Yeah.
Seems less good for a gunjack.
Well, considering that the big ranged vector is the Cypher, you don't really need that direct hit. You're spreading out AoEs anyway.
Oh, okay.
But
All
it
right.
would help with certain things like the monitor or anything that actually doesn't have an AoE. But there's so much flare.
There's a lot of flare in the faction. Now, you don't have access to a lot of it because it's just not out yet, right? In this game.
The Cypher has 2 shots that it can do flare
but there's
with.
little lights that do that, right, in the faction?
The Servitors. I think those come out like the end of August, I believe.
Okay, very cool.
But no, the rest of his spell list, Synergy, Reconstruct, Magnetic Hold, which I wanted to get out there earlier, but I kind of just went stupid and didn't do it.
Okay, all right.
I know there's other spells on there that I'm just not thinking.
I know he's got at least one more upkeep that you said you cast first turn.
Oh,
it's hot. It's very warm.
Hot shot, yes, yeah. Well, I can only remember a few things at a time. And then, of course, the auto repair, which gives all of his vectors the ability to repair D3 every turn, but it happens at the end of the maintenance phase, so if they have their interface node out already, you can't repair it and get that focus. However, induction, yes. Later in the turn, that did help.
Okay, very cool. And that's just a straight D3, or how many do they repair each turn?
It's a straight D3.
Okay. Very cool. And I'm guessing a lot of people probably haven't seen him on the table all that often either.
Yeah, he's not a widely played Menoth caster.
Doesn't see a lot. And I mean, if something exciting is happening here, please do interrupt me, but do you want to run down just Amon's play style for us other than Synergy?
Well, other than Synergy, he's very fragile.
Okay.
Defense 16, armor 14, I think.
Ouch.
I want to say like 16 boxes. So most Amon games end with an assassination, either some trickery with mobility and synergy getting an assassination from Amon, or Amon just getting blasted to death by something random on the table.
That's unfortunate.
As far as spells go, he has mobility, which I mentioned before. That's the +2 speed and Pathfinder for all of his jacks.
Okay.
He's got Convection, which is the POW 12 attack that if you kill a living model, you can put a focus on one of your jacks.
Isn't that a really expensive one?
It costs 2.
Okay, that's not bad.
It's not bad.
No.
Spend 2 focus and get one
back. One back, maybe. Yeah, hopefully. I guess that's not terrible.
Then he's also got a Flagellation, which basically gives him a blessing, ignores the power boost from Focus on casters.
Kind of makes him an Arcane Assassin?
Yeah, pretty close.
Okay.
I think it's
on
very
him
similar.
personally, or is it on, can he put it out there?
No, yeah, it's self only.
Okay, so he wants to be a monk of death. He's just got old man stats.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, he's I want to say PNS 14 on his
That's not bad.
file. Maybe it's 12. I could be wrong.
If it's 14 with Arcane Assassin,
Yeah.
that'd actually be pretty
But
solid.
he's got reach, and he can do a slam attack or a thresher with it too.
Oh, Thresher, also good. Okay, very
So
cool.
he can actually tear stuff up in melee, especially if he's got some synergy bonuses backing him up.
Yeah, no, I could see that.
But it's getting him into melee and then not dying immediately afterwards.
Right.
Right. Is the trick.
All right, so Newby, we're into the heat of your turn here. It looks like getting some shots off. It looks like.
Actually, no. I kind of got a little screwed by not getting range. This is where the whole induction thing either really works or it really fails. Earlier, I tried to move up my monitor to fling a blade at, I believe it was a vassal, because those ancillary attacks were already starting to get on my nerves.
Yeah.
I was just like a quarter inch short, so I wasn't able to boost the attack roll and send that focus off to the next vector.
jeez.
So I was stuck with 2 focus on the monitor.
Okay.
So that left the Cypher to do a little heavy lifting on his own, which I was hoping for some good die rolls here.
Well,
I think I
7,
hit the
that's
first
average.
one. Well, I think I was doing a POW 6. So
Oh,
that didn't
that's
crack the armor. of the
Probably
vassal
not
the
going
first
to do
time.
it. No.
And then I was, I don't know what I was doing at that point. Probably looking at shooting again.
Okay. All right, and that's the guy with the 2 AoEs you said that can buy an extra shot.
Yep, and
Okay.
that's what I'm doing right now.
All right, let's see what happens. The tension is palpable. Palpable? Palpable, yeah.
So thick you could cut it with a knife.
There you go. Oh, did we hit? I think we hit, maybe. You seem excited.
I think I did hit.
Yeah, I think he did hit something.
Except I think I was going for
Oh, you went for rough
rough terrain. I just wanted to make sure that vassal couldn't follow at that point.
All right. Because that's not going to slow his jacks down. The one Menoth
Yes.
caster where that won't slow his
Yeah.
jacks down. Because a lot of Menoth casters hate when you put rough terrain around their casters.
Yeah,
Or their
yeah.
jacks.
I'm not
Well,
pretty much the only one with a solution for that.
Yeah.
If I would have been thinking a little bit more clearly earlier, I would have been dropping those AoEs to slow down the zealots
Yep.
earlier. But
No Pathfinder for them in this list. So, did you feat this turn? I'm guessing not.
no. I believe that came up later.
Okay. Because his feat is weapons platform for the battle group, correct?
And charging for free.
And
yes.
charge for free. Slam for free also, or just charge?
Just charge.
Just charge, okay. Interesting. So, yeah, I could see where that could be useful once you get those zealots that are being a pain in the ass out of the way. And what is and Mon's feat is something to do with focus denial?
Well, what it does is it gives his warjacks, perfect balance, so they can stand up for free.
Okay.
And it also
Perfect balance is
instead
also
of
free strikes, right?
Yep, immune to free strikes and stand up for free.
Okay.
And it also, instead of allocating focus
Thank
on
you, Brian.
your turn, every time Amon spends a focus during his activation, he can put that focus on a jack.
Oh, nice.
He basically gets double use out of his focus.
That
for a
is
turn.
very cool. So he can do things like throw out mobility, and it doesn't limit his jack's
So you can
effectiveness.
cast
that turn.
mobility and synergy, and then
Okay. And it's every focus you spend just goes out?
yep,
Very
yeah,
nice.
So whether he's boosting an attack or
Yeah. Okay.
casting a spell with no range.
So the problem that I see there is you still have to go with him before the other jacks to really get value out of his feat, at which point he's not getting it done himself in melee because the jacks haven't synergized him up yet.
Exactly.
A little bit of a scornergy there.
Yeah.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. So sometimes if someone tries to do a flanking maneuver, Amon can kind of sneak in there,
There you go.
tap a guy that's trying to flank him to get a boost to the rest of his army.
Oh, and I missed it somewhere, but it looks like the flag closest to us disappeared at some point.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think at the start of your last turn, Nate, we remembered to remove a Wold Watcher.
You know, that's
Yes,
a
and
thing.
that was the one that I didn't want to go away.
Yeah, you were definitely.
Just like always.
Well, I don't know. The one that went away, you did have water between you and it, and none of your jacks had Pathfinder, right? None of the
Correct.
heavies that are out yet, because that's the hover chassis that's not out yet. All right, so your turn's over. It looks like did you kill anything that turn? Did you mess anything up other than the rough terrain getting in the way?
Actually, I think I did get a decent ellipsaw shot
Okay.
on the Vanquisher. I don't think it did
Yeah,
enough damage
yeah.
to really do anything, but I did knock it down.
Yeah, you knocked down the
with
Vanquisher.
Oh, the Lipsaw knocks down, right?
And
No,
the
mitigator.
And the
Oh,
Reckoner.
mitigator.
And the
Okay.
Reckoner are both knocked down right now.
Oh, nice. Okay, so you're getting in his way, and now John's contemplating the mysteries of the universe and how he's going to make you pay for that. And Hotshot's out. I see another upkeep. Is that respawn on the guy in
that's
front?
reconstruct.
Fire goes
Reconstruct.
out on a zealot, it looks like.
Okay, so you didn't kill your own zealot. That's always a plus.
Yeah. So far, fire retardant.
That's a good thing.
Emphasis on retard.
And what's Centurion's armor stat?
Oh wow! I want to say it's 18. I think he's
So
like
he's
13. 8, yeah.
So he's
13,
not
18.
terrified of zealot bombs.
No, not zealot bombs by themselves.
Okay, all right. Because those zealots are definitely in position, and that jack you have up in the middle isn't reach, correct?
Correct.
Only reach jack is the one with the macro pummeler in the back.
Yes, the one that's right next to him. I wasn't too frightened. He is camping on. I think it was one focus at the end of that
Yeah,
turn.
looks like. Okay, so you're pretty safe from the zealots themselves, who are getting corpse tokens for some reason.
Oh, I'm just laying down the corpse tokens for the ones that aren't moving. I'm
Okay.
going to get an aiming bonus here.
Okay, so the zealots are activating now and doing things and stuff.
Yes.
Did they fervor? What did they chant?
Yep, they're prayer of fervor this turn.
Okay.
And they're positioning right now to try to take some shots at the light vectors.
Okay,
And
makes
maybe
sense.
try to soften up some of the heavy ones a little bit.
Okay, zealot bombs on a direct hit or a POW
POW 14 with prayer of fervor up.
with fervor. Okay, so yeah, they can do some damage because your guys are all armor 19, pretty much across the heavies across the board.
The heavies are 19. The lights are, I believe, 16.
Okay.
I'm probably wrong on that.
So at any rate, the lights it's going to tingle. The heavies you'll take some damage, but it probably I don't know how it goes, but unless it's dice spike, it won't be terrible. Looks like he hit something.
Yeah, he's going after the mitigator right now.
Okay. Oh, not a stellar damage roll for you there, John.
No.
But enough to put a few points in.
Yep, gets through a little bit. Looks like 2 points maybe. Another hit
hit
probably.
again.
Oh, there we go. That's what we're talking about.
Making up for the last roll.
I mean, I love you, Newby, but I always love to see things die. So whoever's attacking really has my vote. Whoever's actively playing at the moment has my vote on the video. That's not a great roll, but you probably still hit. Yep. Your dice not spiking yet, so I don't know about this, but I'm guessing that light's not going to die.
No. The zealots will not be blowing up the light vector this
But
turn.
they're softening it up. Not with that roll or not. Jeez, John. Man.
Yeah, this
Learn to roll.
I
noob.
seem to recall this not being the best turn for my dice.
That's always unfortunate, especially when it's like right when the armies meet. That's really when you want your dice to spike.
Yeah. When you get that initial strike in, you
Yeah.
really want your dice to be slightly below average.
That's really what you're looking for. Especially when all your jacks are knocked down, lying in rough terrain and forests and stuff. All right. And that's Amon towing the back end of the forest, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, and he's standing right behind the devout there.
Yep. Devout's the one that's got the defensive strike.
Yep,
Or-
he's got the defensive strike, the shield guard, and he also has a spell barrier, which he's been putting on him on each turn.
Okay. Oh, he puts that on a model? It's not just around him?
Yep, it's on the caster. If the caster's in base to base, and then it can
Okay.
do that and then move away.
Okay. Very cool. Very cool. Point with the tape measure, not rookie mistake, man. We got to make these videos classy. We got to show everybody what good players we are. All the other videos, we've never made a single mistake.
But I point at it with the tape measure numbers down.
Okay.
Sure, that looked up.
They may not rewind it and check.
I'm betting again, not a spoiler because I don't know, but I'm betting you do it again.
See, I may be pointing with the 5-inch range. I imagine a lot of 5-inch ranges here. So.
Okay, all right, yeah, no, definitely. That's okay. We had so many mistakes in some of our videos. I remember mine with Nathan was just like ridiculous, and then Katie and Jeff did the last one, and theirs had some tactical mistakes were made along the way. I won't spoil it for those of you who haven't seen video cast 5 yet, but there's some interesting things that happen. All right, so Zealots wrapping up. It looks like.
Yep, I think the last 1 or 2 zealots are going to fire here.
Okay,
I think that is it for zealots.
and it looks like I saw some damage get marked on that right side. What are the little guys called?
Mitigator.
Mitigators. The right side mitigator looks like he took a little bit of damage. Left guy, I saw you only mark 2 to 5 boxes, so I don't think he's too messed up yet. But the jacks are yet to go. Dun dun dun. We're thinking. How did you guys feel about the 35-point death clock? Did you feel like it was better or worse than time turns?
There's a difference.
As far as well, how often do you play timed at all? I guess is part of the question.
Only in tournaments.
Only in tournaments. Okay.
And frankly, this was perfectly fine for me because end of the game came around, we still had time on the clock.
Okay. All right. Did you feel the same way, John, or did
Yeah,
you feel like
yeah,
it
it
affected
seemed-
things? Okay. I personally really like Death Clock. I just
I
don't
do too.
know.
It seems to keep things moving. People stall less when they know that it's digging into their grand chunk of time rather
Yeah.
than just.
It's not buying them anything
Yeah,
to,
exactly.
to play slowly. Yeah, I like Death Clock for a lot of reasons. I also like that on your one big turn, you don't have to worry about, oh man, I have only a very small finite amount of time, and maybe I already used my extension. And like,
Yeah.
I like that it's just like I have how much time I have.
Yeah. So you can just kind of decide, I'm gonna spend an extra 5 minutes this turn just planning something out.
I'm
'cause I
gonna
can.
think about this because I can afford to. And it looks like you handed out focus, but you did not shake on any of your jacks. It looks like.
Oh, yep. Actually, right now, Aman is going. He is popping his feet.
Oh, okay, all right.
He casts mobility and synergy.
Okay.
He's loading up the heavy jacks a little bit, and then he cast a convection at a target that was out of range. Just
Ooh,
because,
unfortunate.
well, there's no targets in range. I was just casting it to burn focus.
Pass the focus off.
Put
Okay.
on jacks.
So mobility is up, perfect balance is up, and synergy is up. We've
Correct.
got 3 on the Reckoner. It looks like 1 on the Vanquisher and 2 on the Devout.
That is correct.
Okay, all right. And then the one in the back that's in the rough terrain has none.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I didn't leave myself some good openings for
Yeah.
getting through the zealots.
The Zealots are a little bit in your own way, considering you would like to engage him in melee, because Vanquisher is no reach, right?
Yeah. The Vanquisher
Yeah.
and the Dervish on the right flank there both have no reach.
Yeah, that's a little bit
Yeah,
unfortunate.
at 35 points though too. I was down Reclaimer, and I also forgot to bring my racks to this game.
Ooh,
so
yeah.
I'm a little focus starved.
Yep. No racks is rough if you're used to playing a given caster with them. Does Silas play for Menoth? Silas Wishnailer?
I don't believe he does. No.
Okay. Because you guys have
We have the Hierophant.
The Hierophant's your equivalent, and he is in this list. You said, right?
Yep.
Okay. So he's free upkeep and 1 off of a spell.
No, he's 1 off of a spell, and
Okay.
he can also heal the caster. D3.
Oh, okay. So
Actually,
no free
heal any
upkeep.
model D3.
But it's usually the caster. I'm
Yeah.
guessing. Okay.
And also, if the caster is within his command range, I believe, they get +2 range on their spells, which is
okay.
is
So
nice.
so that's another thing Silas does. Okay. So he doesn't do the upkeep, but he does the discounted spell, and he does the range. The range is nice. What is the range on convection that you missed? Out of curiosity.
It was 10.
Okay.
So it goes up to 12.
Up to 12. And do you have a way to see through that forest, or is that forest just completely blocking line of sight for Amon?
The forest is pretty much blocking line of sight.
Okay.
I had one angle through it,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like through the corner to target one of his heavies.
Yeah, you just.
And I think I even forgot to add the 2 inches range to that.
Oh, so you may have had it.
I may have been able to actually hit him with the spell, but
Hilarious.
Point of note, you reminded me, Convection is the last spell on Syntherian's list.
Oh, he has convection too.
Yeah.
He's,
So you guys have.
he so wishes he was a mon.
You guys. I don't know that he does.
No. Auto repair. I'd rather have that.
I'd rather have auto repair and a faction where they run all jacks all the time. Even their supporter jacks seems good for a synergy caster.
Yeah, that's true.
Actually, what's gonna make Syntherian truly terrifying is when the corollary comes out. That's gonna be just
Yes.
terrifying.
Yes, being able to fuel up a vector
Yeah.
full.
Yeah, just by himself.
Basically one. Well, actually,
Yeah.
I think you need.
I think he can pass
No,
out.
yeah,
he can pass out something like 4 in a turn.
Yes, up to 4 turns.
Yeah.
You give it 2, it activates within 3 of the caster, I
Yep.
think. It gets another one, can pass all those off, and then
there we
that
go.
actually does trigger induction, so it can give 1 to someone else, too.
Yeah, that's great. That was a pretty good roll.
Yeah,
So
that's my,
the Dervish, does Perfect Balance give you the ability to walk through models as well, or did he just have that line?
He went over the flag.
Oh, okay, but he
As a-
didn't go over the monolith bearer.
No, correct.
Okay, and
Yeah,
he's-
so he charged up to the cipher and whacked it a couple times with his halberd there to soften it up.
and trigger synergy +1.
Correct.
I assume. Okay. Newby claimed that he didn't really remember synergy, so I was wondering if you actually took advantage of it this game, or if
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
I seldom forget synergy.
I know when I play Virus, that's that's my whole. That's a big part of my game plan is the synergy chain. So
And here the Reckoner is standing up for free
nice.
and moving to engage the cipher as well.
Okay.
Checking to see if I can get reach up to the monitor, which I failed to do.
Oh, bummer. And the one you do have reach to is the one that has regrowth on it, or
Yes.
respawn,
Construct.
reconstruct.
Yep. My plan here is since I'm going to be rolling at dice +1
Oh.
and then whiffing.
Wow.
So I hit the second time.
Yeah. You are acquired for battle, I assume.
Yeah, I cried for battle. So anything
Oh,
with
geez,
snakes
and then a
4
terrible-
damage.
Oh my
So my
gosh.
plan was to beat down the Cypher with the Devout and the Reckoner, and then when he respawned, pop a shot in it with the Vanquisher and finish it off.
All right. No, that works. And the Vanquisher has activated. You were just going to ancillary attack into it to kill it? Okay.
Which is, it's kind of a risk since it's going to be dice -3.
But no, I mean, it's not a terrible idea. That was a decent damage roll.
Yeah.
But I don't see him putting it anywhere, so I'm guessing you didn't quite finish it. Because you whiffed once and then whiffed the damage really bad once too, right?
Yeah. So I had one good hit, and that was about it.
That is unfortunate. Newby, I see a little bit of a hint of a smile on your face there, Newby. I'm guessing you were pretty okay with those dice?
Yes. Anything that proves the vectors are actually standing up to that kind of punishment that I frankly think would have totaled another Jack, that makes me happy.
Yeah, there aren't many things that can say that they're still standing after a Reckoner goes into them with the synergy +1.
Yeah, though there's a lot of things that can say when you roll a 2 to hit and a 3 on your...
Yeah, I mean, that's not ideal. It's not what you're looking for.
No, though I did also notice that I spent 1 to walk 7 inches.
You had mobility. That is a speed 5 Jack, right?
Yeah, and I walked up there and spent a focus, I believe, at the start. So I think I may have cheated myself a bit.
You may have. You may have called it a charge, and then you whiffed it, and so you didn't get the boosted damage roll. But you didn't need to charge, clearly.
That's true, and I also didn't change my facing to face the Cypher.
You could just be cheating savagely.
Cheating myself and everyone else.
One way or the other, you might just be a savage cheater. Also, I like how we see your sunglasses, but never your face every once in a while. That's a nice touch. I like that. All right, so who's activating right now? Back there on the back left? Well, at the top of the screen, I guess it is.
Oh, I'm ancillary attacking the Vanquisher and firing into melee.
Oh, jeez. Ancillarying into melee. I could be wrong, but I don't think that goes well for you.
No, I'm burning up my infantry and hopefully putting enough damage to finish off his Cypher.
6 on. Was it a direct hit? I'm guessing not.
Yeah, it was a direct hit.
Oh, you did hit him. Nice in melee.
Yep.
Not
and
bad.
He's
respawning. So reconstructing. Very nice. All right, so plan A of finishing off the reconstructness with the Vanquisher didn't work, but at least you finished him off.
Yeah.
So that's good.
And forced him to reconstruct.
Yeah, and forced him to reconstruct. The upkeep drops off, which is nice.
And I killed 2 Zealots.
Yeah, well, they weren't really... You didn't really like them anyway.
No, they're just getting in the way.
Yeah, that's what Zealots do. They do it really well, but that is... against
on both sides of the table.
Against an army with no infantry, they don't do a lot of killing, unfortunately.
No.
All right, now we're moving up with the... name is escaping me. But
the Dervish.
The Dervish, yeah.
Yep, the Dervish is just kind of
getting on up
into a slightly better position and towing up to the flag.
Nice. It does look like with that reconstruct, you're probably going to score the flag.
Yeah, I pulled myself outside of that 4 inches.
Yeah, you might have been out before, but you were really close. I think you probably were in before.
I was in. I was contesting. That did pull me out, but it also saved me from a potential death.
The potential death, yeah, because the Dervish. Oh, the Dervish had no focus, so I guess it couldn't have charged you, and it doesn't have a gun, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so at this point, what is left in your army to activate?
Nothing. He's actually doing
Dervish
his
is
auto.
Oh, he's auto repairing.
Actually, this
right now.
is the fire first.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, fire, yeah.
Oh, the guy that he killed is on fire, too, so yeah. Looks like fire did not go out. And, holy crap! I believe that will be 3 damage, which is not enough to kill him, sadly. But it will be 3 damage that auto repair might do something about.
Correct.
In theory. Auto repair is a thing.
Yeah, so at least he gets the option to fix his jacks after they burn a little. So
yeah, that does work
There's
out.
that.
The timing for him works out. He gets the full 3, so that's good. What are you rolling damage for now? Oh, the other heavy's on fire too. See, you're not using actual fire tokens, so it's throwing me off. So, right. So it's Newby's turn now. I wasn't there, but I'm guessing you're at least contemplating the feat this turn.
Yeah, I think at this point it was, first thought in my head is how much focus is Syntherian going to need this turn.
Okay.
And then how can I spread out the focus that I have out on the vectors to appropriately annihilate the enemy.
Now, what did you need focus on Syntherian for this turn? What were you hoping to do with him?
Oh, I had to put Reconstruct back out there.
Okay.
It's just a matter of what it was going on.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure it was going back on the Cypher because the Cypher is the frontline vector.
He is a frontline vector, yes. All right. Although he is almost dead.
Correct. Well, Reconstruct brought him back with 1 point in each system. I can't
Okay.
remember what I repaired. It was probably just another 2 points. So having it on him was going to be
So
beneficial.
they'll have to get him twice, and the Zealots probably don't finish him off at dice -5. Hopefully.
That's a pretty good guess.
Yeah. Well, especially if he's engaged, their odds of directly hitting go down a little bit. They're up to an effective rat 7 with Fervor.
Only 6.
6.
Yeah,
with
their
Fervor.
stats are incredibly poor.
I did not realize they were only rat 4.
Yeah.
Because usually when I face them and they're actually doing work, it's like P Krios. And so they hit everything they aim at.
Yeah.
Because
When
I'm
things are
on
knocked
my
down,
ass.
they hit very
Turns out
easily.
that's the best. That's how rat fixes their rat stats. We don't believe in actual rat mat fixers. We just knock your ass down.
It's a solid plan.
That's how we roll.
Yeah. And,
So.
and here I am nervously wondering how much my army is just going to melt this turn.
I'm guessing a lot, although I could be wrong. Amon looks pretty safe, unless I'm missing a wanky assassination from the Ellipsoft Flingers, which I guess could theoretically be there.
Theoretically, yes.
I don't know that anything else in the army is going to go after Amon, but he is missing his shield guard, so if he gets both Flingers on you, that could be bad. And then that rough terrain ring, I'm guessing, isn't actually there anymore, but we just forgot
it's
to
not
remove
there
it.
anymore.
Okay.
We just were too dumb to move it.
No, that's okay.
I'm pretty sure he moves it. Oh, look, his face.
I do see his face. That is our beautiful, beautiful local Menoth, John. Because we've seen Newby's face a few times already, but
Oh,
Hey, thanks for not saying beautiful, beautiful.
well,
Jerk.
By the way, happy birthday, Newby! It was Newby's birthday this last week. He turned the glorious age of 30.
Oh,
Yes.
join
Yeah.
the club.
I know, right? we all made fun of him for being old and dying
Hey.
soon.
I've got the face of a baby and the hair of a 40-year-old.
You do have both of those things.
Yeah, you can see the white very clearly, and if you're looking in high definition, it's going to be even worse. Thank you very much.
I don't know if Andy posts these in high def or not, but we'll see.
I hope he doesn't.
Well, he should just for that reason.
He should
Oh.
just for that reason. And the other thing that probably no one's noticed, but that I find unusual, not only two gamers that are over 30, because there's a lot of that in the War Machine community, but two married guys. You guys are both married, so that's
true.
Other than myself and you guys, there aren't that many married guys in our group, although it is a surprising number for a war game group.
Several divorced.
There are several divorced gamers in our group.
Gee, I wonder why.
I wonder where that comes from. To be fair, I am in both groups. I'm both divorced and married, so it's.
I think married takes precedence, though.
It does.
Yeah.
I'm currently married, but I am also previously divorced. So, but fortunately, I got to keep her with Katie, so I'm pretty okay with how things worked out.
And unfortunately, my wife just doesn't care.
Well,
okay, she cares if I spend way too much time on it.
Right, but
As
she
per
lets you
tonight.
play.
Haha.
I am in the same boat.
She doesn't care.
Go
Yeah,
go
as-
have fun
as-
with your nerdy hobbies.
Yeah.
Just don't ignore me.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, that is the best thing a wife can say when it comes to things like this. Because you know what, you could be at home, I don't know, doing. You could be out drinking, which would probably be worse than wargaming.
It would
That's
be
true.
much more expensive, actually.
Yeah,
I did the math.
Drinking is horribly expensive. I try not to do the math because I also drink sometimes, and I don't want to know.
Oh, I drink at home.
Yeah,
It's safer. No need for a designated driver.
at home,
safer
at home
and
and alone.
Hey, no, at home with the wife.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's pretty much alone.
I know that
Sorry,
Katie,
Chelsea.
because she's totally going to watch this video.
She won't. I hope not.
You
Please
can
don't
say
watch
anything.
Katie plays War Machine, and she didn't even watch the one I was in, so I don't think you have anything to worry about. All right, so we got Jack number 1 moving in for the kill. The formerly almost dead Jack is about to try to repay the favor onto your Devout.
Devout.
Yep, and
Yep.
he is defensive striking.
Ooh,
And doesn't
No-
do any damage.
no armor
that
crack.
that POW 17's damage roll back.
yeah.
So here we come with some POW 18s to the face.
All right.
And yes, I believe I did feat this turn.
Okay,
'Cause I
so-
was angling myself in such a way that I could still pop off some AoEs.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I don't know what happened earlier. I don't know if I activated the cipher first, but I didn't have enough focus to really do what I wanted to do with.
And is that the token there on your guy? That's your respawn token, I
Yes,
assume.
yeah,
Okay.
he went,
Or reconstruct. Sorry.
It's okay.
I have it fixed in my mind as respawn. So that damage roll wasn't amazing, but it wasn't bad like yours were.
yeah. So I mean, he put some hurt on the Devout. It's got
Well, that one was a little below average.
Yeah, well,
But
at
the
least one
Devout's
of
a
its
light.
system is out.
Yeah,
so.
the Devout's a light, so the Devout's not the one with the repulsor shield, right?
No,
Right,
that's
that's
the
the
Revenger. That's the
Okay.
Arc node.
Used to play Menoth. I still know the models, unfortunately.
They're all I can't remember which one's which. I know the Vanquisher, I know the Reckoner,
Revenger,
and I know the
Redeemer.
Avatar.
And the Redeemer.
Reckoner.
Repenter.
Retarded.
That is a little bit ridiculous, isn't it?
Retarded, yeah. Well, I mean, they're not even named the same, but I have the same problem with the Convergence jacks. Like, I'm not yet to the point where their names mesh with what they are for me. Like, I'm not. And so, like, I can ask you what it's called, and that doesn't help me. I'm like, is it the one that flings us all 13 inches? Is it the one that has
That's
the
the monitor.
Is it has the one that has 2 AoEs and then 2 POW 17s if I get near it?
That's POW 18s, and that's the
POW
Cypher.
18s. And that's this one right here that's getting worked on right now, right?
Yeah. I believe at
Right
this
now
point-
it's dropping a 4-inch AoE on
Oh.
top of a
Oh.
choir member.
And
2 choir members
two choir
and a vassal.
Ooh, the Vassal. So you didn't even bother to move the Vassal that was in that rough terrain patch last turn?
No, he moved up a little bit,
Oh,
and
okay.
he ancillary attacked. But
Oh, he was in range Chancellor. from
2.5
where it was.
inches is not
Not
very
far.
move.
No, that's true.
Actually, maybe I did forget to move him.
Yeah,
It was close enough.
It doesn't look like he moved from where he was before, but I could be wrong. And you are up a control point to 0, right, John? At this
Correct.
point, okay. And no one is even making a play for that far right flag at the top of the screen. You guys are just like, you know what, that flag, it's lame.
There's a giant wall in my way. And
You know, you could
really
man
didn't
up and
wanna-
just get over there.
I didn't want to de-brick too much and put
Yeah.
Symberian in harm's
You are
way.
playing much more brickish than John is. I have noticed that the layout, and I think part of that is the induction field. I'm guessing that really encourages the close play of your jacks.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Because I mean, you got to stay within 6 inches to get the full value. Who'd you hand off the focus to, by the way? That when you went in there, because there was one on the monitor.
I was stupid. I didn't think it was supposed to go back to the monitor.
Oh, okay, but you didn't.
I
actually
remembered
do
it eventually.
Okay, so you do add it on eventually.
Yeah.
Okay. And it looks like the Devout survived.
Yep. He pulled through.
Nice, like a champ.
Just barely.
Yeah.
Shield still up. That's really the important stat I know on
Yes,
Griffins.
yes.
Is the shield
the
still
shield
intact?
is intact.
Okay. That's the
Oh, it is important to note too that the mitigator on the bottom of the screen did in fact get destroyed by a Vanquisher last turn.
Oh, that's a wreck marker.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
put a corpse token on it. It's not for aiming for me. It's to mark what things are dead.
You should really invest in wreck
extra
markers.
I was going to say invest in extra bases and then write wreck on them.
Bases would work too. Or you could do. I assume you've seen the ones that Marshall made for me back in the day. He took the tokens that are from that in each set that are just not good for anything. They're just like the symbol of your faction, and he mounts them on a base of the appropriate size with foamer on them. They look pretty cool. So
Yeah, those do look good.
yeah, I really like them. I need to get him to make some more for me because I only have 2 medium-sized ones, and I play a 4 Griffin list now. So
You need a couple more.
I need 2 more of those. So I gotta Marshall, send me a note. Remind me that I need to get you to make me more of those. Not that Marshall watches our videos either, but if he did,
What?
I know, right? So
Think
looks
I-
like you killed another zealot.
Yep, this is my monitor trying to go in for possibly a little bit of hurting on a Mon. I saw a potential line where I
Okay.
could charge the monitor out. Ignoring the concealment from the forest was going to be
Yep.
kind of helpful.
And then you have the line through between the models, right? Because he doesn't ignore line of sight from models.
Correct, yes, I had the line. It
Okay.
was kind of narrow, but coming from Circle exclusively, I watch for those
You're
tiny,
used to
tiny
it.
gaps.
Yeah. Yep. No, it looks like you have it. It's hard to tell in the video because the angle of the camera and everything.
And,
my big
unfortunately
fear was-
for me, he missed.
Oh, you missed.
Did I even roll at that point?
Well, I see focus being added post.
I moved it without moving the focus.
Oh, okay. So it charged up here, and now you're measuring range. Okay, so he has.
Now here comes the moment of tension to see whether or not he
all
hits
right,
him on.
this is pretty exciting.
Yeah,
Shooting at a
technically we
caster.
should have been doing drinking. You would have done a shot by now.
Yeah, I've been doing at least one shot.
shooting at a caster.
And nothing.
Nothing. Was that a 4, a 1, and a 1?
Yeah.
That's disappointing.
Yeah, when you need
Yeah,
when
this
you need
is
an
when
11, that does not cut it.
No, it doesn't.
At this point, my dice were starting to betray me a little bit, and I was feeling a little hurt. I was just hoping for a little bit of,
Yeah, because that guy's not even engaging anything now. He's just sitting there with his proverbial dick in the wind, right? 'Cause he's got no reach.
I think he might have. Oh no, he probably doesn't have that other zealot within reach. But
No, I don't think he does.
He only has a half inch.
So he's just going to hang out there with a focus on him and wish that he didn't. And obviously he wasn't able to hand that off to anybody. Now, do you have any on the far top monitor there? It looks like you're activating.
Actually, that's a mitigator,
Oh,
that I'm
mitigator.
going with.
Okay.
I think I'm just trying to clear out some zealots there.
Makes sense. He's got the puncture.
Yes.
Okay. Why are you rolling on a puncture?
That's the hit.
Oh, I thought he rolled twice, but okay. And he's a weapons platform too because he's a jack, and that's how that
all
works.
vectors, yes.
That is how that works.
Yeah, I rolled for the bash, which didn't do any damage. Here's the puncture.
Oh, okay. So you get that's
Here
right.
I'm trying to will the dice to do something good.
Don't betray me. Looks like they listened to you.
Just once.
Yeah. Well, it's important
One
for
at
dice
a time. That's all I need. And here
that's one more than Nathan usually gets in a game. So.
So I was fortunate enough to, I think, take out both of those.
And that's
guys.
where I find out, it's auto point to everything in the AoE.
Yeah, bad times.
Gross.
Bad times.
Bad times to be a single wood infantry model.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, but it's only 3 inches.
Yeah, that one actually terrifies me because it's not. Is it considered blast damage? I don't think it is.
No, it's
No,
just
it's
a
just-
Yeah,
AoE
so like,
effect.
so my whole I don't care about AoEs because I'm ret and I have whole cans. Not so good against them, sadly.
No, everything still takes a point.
No,
Which
it's
is-
pretty bad times.
Yeah.
Or like my battle mage list. Although I'd like to see the Ron battle mage list versus a full 50 point Syntherian because he's a 6 or 7 focus.
Syntherian is 6.
So his control area is not huge, and it really hurts them to get pulled out of tight knit bricks. And boy, do battle mages love to just push their shit around. So I think it would be an interesting game. The problem is that the auto points getting around my blast damage immunity is a drag. But it is on hit only, right? You have to directly hit to puncture?
No, the direct is for the knockdown.
Oh,
the
so they
AoE
just puncture.
placement is just puncture.
Well, alrighty then. So the knockdown also triggered then, so that Reckoner is on its ass, I assume? Because you did hit, correct? Or did you hit the Far Zealot?
No,
the one
I hit the Zealots.
He hit the Zealots.
Okay,
And
but
here
it wasn't
the,
ready for him.
The inverter is going into
Getting in
hopefully
there?
do some damage.
Little macro pummeler action.
Oh, yes. And
Charging macro pummeler seems like a bad time.
And this is where I realize where synergy actually
Yes.
does really help.
I believe this is where I remind you that you have synergy.
By the way, that's a spell you have. So you're like POW 22 here or something like that?
I think, POW 24?
No, I think you know what? I don't remember.
You
It might
only-
have
I
been
think you hit
23.
with 3 models.
Yeah, I
And he's
previously.
yeah,
and he's
so-
just 20, so
23.
23.
So it's dice plus 4.
That'll tingle a little bit.
Yeah.
And the macro
And
pummeler
here
knocks
we're
down
actually
too, right?
discussing.
Yeah, here I'm kind of saying, okay, so
Yeah.
those all hit.
So those all hit. By the way, synergy, that's a thing. So an 11, not a bad roll. That's
And
pretty
this
alright.
is where I take half the damage points off of my Reckoner.
In one hit.
From the first hit.
Ouch. So macro pummeler doesn't knock down or no?
Macro pummeler does knock down.
So now the Reckoner's on its ass. Okay. And no more perfect balance, so that's kind of a shame. Although if that Reckoner survives, I have a feeling he's just going to get up and hit you back with his baseball bat. But you hit because he's on his ass, so that's exciting. And
Why I rolled, I don't know.
yeah, I don't either. But you did.
Habits.
So technically you could have missed. Oh, geez, he's just spiking the shit out of his dice, John. I kind of feel for you here.
Yeah.
Well, this is all
And
with
this is
the
still
chain
dice plus
weapon.
2 because of the chain weapon, and
Yeah.
already
Yeah.
replacing
And there
Two
goes the
attacks,
Reckoner.
the macro pummeler and 1 chain strike, and he was
And you haven't even fired your gun yet.
And you
Oh, wait,
still
no, that
have-
one- you
and
didn't
he
have
still
it.
has like two focus left on him.
Oh, God. But his reach
just
weapon,
one.
but his
Just
reach
one.
weapon has been used already,
Oh, yeah.
so why is he attacking with
Oh, he's swinging at a... Well, the chain has
no.
reach as well, correct?
No, the macro pummeler does not have reach.
Oh, the
weapon
chain
does.
weapon has reach. Oh, okay. I misunderstood. Okay.
And I actually was contemplating going after the Devout.
Yeah.
Except the Cortex was already out, so I said, I'm not worried.
Yeah, I know Cortex Devout is a lot less scary. That's true. Especially when Perfect Balance is gone, so they don't have no free strikes. Because right now, if he had no free strikes, that'd probably be scary for Syntherion. So I feel like his turn's going a little better than yours, John.
Yeah, his turn went pretty well.
His turn went pretty well. Reckoner down, Devout hurting. You still got the Vanquisher, although a Vanquisher versus 4 heavies
Yes.
seems like bad times for you.
Yeah. The chips are definitely down.
Okay. I mean, he's a little low on time at least, but I think he's got plenty of time to execute at least one more turn, probably 2.
Oh, he's got 16 minutes.
So what's going through your head right now?
Right now my plan is just to see where I can stack synergy.
Okay.
I mean, I want to make sure I can knock off that reconstructed cipher.
Okay.
And get that out of the picture for once. Since
Makes
it's
sense.
Crippled, then it's going to come back crippled, and I just need to make
Yeah.
sure that's gone.
Okay, makes sense. Yeah.
And I'm also thinking at this point, it may be easier to try to keep him from the flags, and just try to control flags and score control points
Okay.
rather than try to disassemble his army.
So
If
are
I
you?
can do both, I would be happy.
Yeah, doing both of those good. So are you thinking of making a play for that open flag at the top, or are you thinking just the middle flag?
I think I'm gonna try to make a play for it too at
For
this
both.
point.
Okay, makes sense.
If they do have a couple of solos on the field, I
You
can
do.
just run over and score it. So
Yep. That is an advantage you
and
have
since
over
I'm
his
losing
all-attack army.
jacks and it can only do one ancillary attack a turn.
Yep. That's true.
So here I'm kind of
Handing out a bunch of focus.
Handing out most of my focus, moving my zealots around, trying to get in range. I believe I'm failing there.
Because they're range 6? 5?
Well, they're speed 6. I had to kind of walk partially through a forest and around a vassal.
And what's their range?
3 inches for their...
3 inches, really?
Yeah.
I thought it was further than that. I don't know why.
No, in Mark 1 it was I think 8 inches.
Wow. Yeah,
but,
that'd be
it was only from the choir leader.
Oh, okay.
So it was a pulse effect that would happen
Interesting.
once from that. Where now it's you just
Each
gotta
one
get
throws.
a choir member close to each jack.
Yeah. But he didn't quite make it. And is he the only choir member left on the table?
Nope. There's the one that's primed near kind of that round wall. And then there's one in the woods as well.
Okay, so you do get at least 2 of your jacks.
Yep. So I get the Vanquisher and the Dervish, I believe, are both...
But not the Devout.
Both battle hymned.
Makes sense. And, I mean, his feet's gone, so you're probably not dealing with too many guns at this point, so that makes sense.
Yep.
That looked like a pretty good roll.
Yep. And right now I think I am throwing firebombs.
It looks like you hit pretty hard. You marked some damage on. I assume that's the almost dead jack.
I think the Devout is taking some swings at this point.
Oh, okay. His halberd is still fully intact, I take it?
Yeah. He lost his cortex and then just kind of sporadic damage in his other columns.
Okay. All right. Now, is there anything in particular you're worried about? Is anything going through your head like, oh, crap, I missed X, Newby? Or are you feeling pretty good right now?
I'm taking every game with Convergence as a learning experience.
Okay.
That's all I'm trying to do, figure out basically how to run it without the infantry first. That's unfortunately going to be the playstyle until like September.
Yeah.
So the more I can learn to deal with infantry and with any kind of list using only the vectors and how I'm going to adapt to different situations, it's my brain is completely blank at this point, just jotting notes.
Okay. Because if I mean, just looking at the table, an impartial third-party observer, obviously it's John's turn, which counts for something, but I feel like you're in a pretty good position right now. Even if you were to take out 2 heavies, which seems like long odds, you're still up 2 heavies to a heavy, a light, and a mostly damaged light. So,
but you are forgetting this is
feels good.
Amon's running this army.
Amon is running this army. He's a monster, is what I hear. I hear he's just an assassin par excellence.
Yes, that is correct.
So the little old man hiding behind the forest could theoretically mix it up.
No, the young muscular monk hiding behind the forest.
I have been the one to make the comment that he's the only manly man in terms of warcasters in the game, since he goes in to battle without armor. He's the only warcaster without armor.
That's true. He wears the robes.
That's it. And his power field is all in his mind.
Yeah.
So he's probably psychotic.
Yeah, my guess is he is. And now, Syntherian, you're playing him a little ways back. I mean, he obviously could be further back. There's no kill box or anything, right, on Incursion. So you're just kind of trying to make sure there's nothing that can threaten him because he's on 0 focus there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Armor 18, it's going to stand up to a little bit, but I didn't want to take my chances.
Yeah, and I mean, if he wanted to, he could probably put a Vanquisher shot into you, aiming from right where he's standing, would be my guess. I'm eyeballing the distances through a video camera, but
it's pretty close.
Okay, so yeah, I mean,
it might be a bit of a stretch, but just lighting an enemy caster on fire to slowly whittle it down is never a bad idea.
Yeah, no, and I mean, he's in heavier armor than most, but fire's still a drag on a warcaster.
Yeah.
As any of us who's been lit on fire know.
-6 damage rolls at the start of all your turns. If it doesn't go out,
it starts
potentially scary.
Starts to tingle. Looks like we've got the Dervish getting in there. That was a decent roll for a hit.
Yeah. Actually, this is the I believe this is the Zealots throwing firebombs.
Oh, is this the Zealots? Because I thought I just saw you move the Dervish. And you're rolling 2 dice in a column, so it could be the whatever it is, Newby's reconstructing.
Yeah, reconstructing with the cipher. That was.
Oh, okay.
No, I think that might have been the Dervish.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Okay, so the Dervish gets in there.
I stand corrected.
Finishes him off. Looks like he's
then
out of target,
reconstruct.
sadly. And then we're measuring some things and stuff, estimating if he engaged. I'm guessing is what you're checking there.
Yeah, I'm estimating whether I can sidestep and move up to finish him off.
Oh, right, sidestep.
So instead, I'm actually moving to engage that other heavy on the bottom of the screen. Is that another not a mitigator, a monitor?
Correct.
Okay. And that monitor is pretty much fresh at this point, right? It's taken very little damage, if any.
Right. The damage that's been taking has been
mostly auto repaired off.
By the auto repair.
Yeah, he took a couple of Vanquisher shots, I think is about it.
That was an unfortunate damage roll.
More poor damage rolls.
Yeah. And then the Vanquisher's thinking. You have a Vanquisher and an ancillary attack, and that's about it right now?
Yep. So right now, ancillarying into the Cipher.
Oh, it looks like you hit.
So hit.
And the tension. I can feel it. Oh!
There we go.
That'll do her. No more reconstructing Cipher. Thank you.
Yep.
Wow.
And I also
and I'm not even drunk.
I also moved the Vassal up into base to base with the flag.
Very nice. And it looks like there is nothing within 4 inches at the moment. The only thing even close is that monitor that the Vanquisher is going to go up and play happy fun times with. It looks like.
Yep, and he's got 3 focus and I think he's going up POW 20 right now.
POW 20.
Yeah, plus,
Synergy is pretty
plus
good
from
times.
Synergy and Battle Him, so he's swinging a POW 20.
Oh,
flail.
wow. Now your dice are treating you nice.
Yeah, so getting a little bit of retribution, another hit.
And another decent damage roll,
No
average.
retribution on the table. Come on.
Another hit.
It's
Oh, man. Oh,
slightly
Newby.
above average.
This is just burning.
I was feeling pretty low.
And you got 1 focus left. I don't know what you're thinking about here. It seems like you just hit him again. Oh, right. Newby doesn't have wreck markers. Yeah. He's dead.
Thanks.
Admittedly, this is not swinging well for you. And it does look like you have both. Oh, you still have both ancillary guys left. Neither one died.
No,
Okay.
Yeah, that was one of the few things I had going for me at this point was all of Nate's shots trying to pick off my vassals had just not panned out for him.
So you're now up 3-0.
Yep.
He really genuinely has to contest both flags, otherwise a caster running to the flag wins the game here.
Correct. And he is down to 2 heavies.
Yep.
And mitigator on the kind of the top end of the field there.
Yeah. So Newby, do you have a game plan going into this turn? Are you just now thinking about it, or have you been kind of pondering as your opponent whittled away at your forces?
I kind of started thinking a little bit at this point, I should probably clear some of those guys off the flags. The Cipher really did screw me considerably because I lost all those blast damage templates now. The monitor on the right side was still in good shape. The inverter wasn't going to do much. I knew that. And the mitigator, up on the top there, was also not in really a prime position to do anything.
The inverter's the melee jack?
Correct.
Yeah.
Even with the reach on the chain weapon, you're still talking having to clear out. I think there was
a lot of infantry.
Yeah, there's a
he can get the devout out of the way, and then he himself can contest. But you got to do something about that Vanquisher. The Vanquisher's just going to come in and repeat what happened last time. Oh man, look, wreck markers. So those are this thing called wreck markers. Maybe you should get some.
Jeff was kind enough to loan us a couple of heavy wreck markers.
Nice.
And I dug out mine as well. Because I'm like, well, it's going to look a lot less confusing if we have blank bases on the table.
This is starting to look like a classy video podcast. You know, I'd almost think this was put on by those Crippled System guys now.
Because it's so good.
Because it's so classy. So things definitely swung back. Things were looking really, really good for Newby. Now things are looking not so good. The attrition, I would say, is still in Newby's favor, I think. But the scenario...
losing an entire flank really doesn't help.
No, it doesn't. But unfortunately, there's no flag on that side.
True.
Losing
an entire
trouble.
flank is never good.
No.
Especially when there is a Vanquisher and a Dervish.
I see that. Now
and an Amon.
And an Amon. terrifying Amon.
Right behind the woods.
Where
no one can see him.
Still behind the woods, yes.
Now, does Syntherian have the stats to get it done himself against like the Dervish that's sitting there, or does he need to run away like a little girl?
He is not really primed for melee.
Okay.
Mat 6 is okay, I think. I can't remember what he has on his workshop weapons.
He's got a POW 14.
Does he? Okay, well,
yeah.
not terrible.
So, he can
but
do
the
damage.
Dervish is still going to have a lot of boxes for him to chew through himself.
Right. Yeah, and then he's going to have a Vanquisher that is staring in the face if he's...
normally that rough terrain would really help, but in this situation, mobility.
Exactly.
Because Amon is the superior synergy caster.
I just can't believe that in any way, shape, or form. Because they've printed 2 recent synergy casters. I feel like both are better. Although I don't know. We'll see.
You'll have to see how this battle
we'll see.
out.
We'll see which one of you I have to face in the synergy off later.
Come
Do
on,
I
just condense it. It's Synerjoff.
the Synerjoff? All right. Now, am I going to have to play at 35 points? Is that the point value we're Synerjoffing at, I assume? Regardless of who wins, really to just make it fair, we'd have to stick to the 35 points?
I think that would be fair.
That seems fair. So I'll have to think through a 35-point E-Virus list, because I don't think I've ever done that.
You know what? Why limit it to just 2 games? Synerjoff Triangle.
A 3-way battle.
Yeah.
We'll make a special board and we'll let Brian put terrible terrain on it.
I like that. wait, no, terrible terrain.
Like, does
I don't
E-Virus
like that.
have any sort of Pathfinder abilities
He
for
has
his jacks?
Pathfinder for his army. He has Easy Rider, which is infantry only.
Oh, I got mad at my dice.
What happened?
I got mad at my dice. Oh, yes, I was trying to throw magnetic hold, I believe, onto
the Dervish,
and it did not connect with a 4.
You needed that too, man. Magnetic hold would have been real good.
Yes, I needed to slow that guy down, and it didn't work. I got mad, and this was just the start of my very, very, very bad dice rolls.
Oh, spoiler alert. Something tells me this turn doesn't go well. Yikes. So you've got, it looks like 1 or 2 on the inverter, and I can't tell how much on the monitor in the back there.
I think there might be 2 on the monitor.
Okay.
I actually know it's probably 1 on the monitor because I needed 3 on Syntherian to go for magnetic hold, which clearly did not connect.
Which didn't work. That's unfortunate for you. And now you got to try to contest.
Actually, I was just at this point trying to clear the.
Oh, you're just going to try to
jerk
clear the
off
solo.
the hill.
Okay, all right. So
You said jerk off.
he did.
Yes, I did say jerk off.
Yuck. What's the? Is that an upkeep of some sort that's on the Jack, or is that Hotshot or something?
No, that's fire.
Oh, that's the fire.
That
That's
has
right.
been on fire the whole game,
You know-
showing that I can roll high, but only when upkeeping fire.
Much like these rec markers, there are these things that look like little pictures of fire, John.
They do say fire.
Oh, do
Yeah,
they say fire
yeah.
on them? Okay, it's just not clear
They
on
are
the video.
bright orange fire tokens.
You looked unhappy with that roll, Newby.
Yes, very much so.
How much did you miss by?
A lot.
A lot. Now you're dropping a tape measure. This is what we call getting flustered. For those of you that listen to the podcast that we released this week, Katie's Corner is all about getting flustered in games this week. So perhaps you should listen.
Yeah. No, I think there's a difference between flustered and flat out outraged. because
Yeah.
Average dice is all I needed.
Well, and I have a feeling at this point, knowing how it is whenever we get out the video camera, you've got just the insane amount of peanut gallery going on all around you.
yeah, that didn't help. And
No.
I believe at this point someone was bumping into my ass every 3 seconds.
Nice. I thought you liked it that way. No?
Not when it's ass to ass.
Oh, right.
We've been over this.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Getting all Requiem for a Dream over there.
Oh, my goodness. So this is the light that's shooting its gun, I assume?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, see? See, 1, 1, 1.
That's that's what we
I
call in the
believe-
business an angry face.
Yes. And that's an angry hand.
An angry hand. I don't really know what that hand was. Were you trying to force choke John, or? Because John, you look like you're laughing, John. I feel like you're enjoying his pain.
Just because of Nate's response to his dice.
Actually, it was the thing.
I believe that was who's got 2 thumbs and likes the way Nate's dice are rolling.
This guy. That was the highlight of the whole video. I wish I'd noticed the timestamp for that. I may have to turn that into like a GIF. All right. So you have not contested that top flag. So if I understand scenario correctly, regardless of what happens here, you've lost the game.
I moved up to contest this.
You're with, yeah, but he had 3.
True.
He'll score on your turn.
Correct.
He could immediately end his turn.
True.
Okay.
Spoiler alert, he doesn't.
Oh, okay. All right. So you got a roll. Apparently you hit something. You're very
Yes,
proud of yourself.
well, no, I was doing the macro pummeler motion.
So you did not actually hit.
Not yet.
Maybe. Oh, you hit something. You must be so happy.
Yes,
You're
having
giddy.
having the dice roll just a little in my favor.
So you walked up. He's only got like 1 focus on him, right? So
Correct.
okay. So this is the macro pummeler attack still. You're going to try to finish him off with the 1 macro pummeler hit, I assume. Not with that roll. You're not going to. You also seem to be questioning exactly what you're supposed to do with that roll.
Yeah, this is me retiring dice as they roll really, really low.
Yeah, actually, I believe his first macro pummeler roll missed, and that was a chain attack also
Oh,
missing.
jeez.
Yeah, it clearly was
Your
not.
dervishes do have defense 13, which is incredibly hard to hit if you have mat 6.
Yeah, you need a 7 is the worst number in the game to roll if you ask some people.
It seems to be.
Because you should boost to 7 just because you're going to miss 50% of the time ish.
And
But
another
two
miss,
more-
more
Oh
snake eyes.
man, Newby. Wow.
Harry Carey, yes. Suicide, right
you,
at the table.
you and Nathan G. Hoffman need to have a. I support that decision. So John could
This is
theoretically
me
just.
selling all of my dice here.
Who wants them?
Seriously, anyone who wants very unlucky dice, anyone.
Who needs to make leadership roles?
So the last time Nathan threw away dice, I grabbed them off the floor, and I'm going to save them for like some game where I'm playing against Nathan, and I'm going to break them out for the penultimate roll that will kill him. And then it will be the most glorious day ever.
And Andy proving that the dice roll well for him. Which
Andy
is just,
loves to come over and do that, and it really it's like kicking a guy while he's down.
exactly, and it was actually causing me to get a little bit more infuriated.
Yeah.
He's like, "Yep, ship captain crew. I got 11,
Yeah.
11, 11,
Yeah,
11.
I mean, the camera's not showing him, so you could punch him in the face and no one would know. I'm just saying.
I could punch him in the face
he
now,
did.
and no one would know.
That
No
also
one
true.
would actually blame me.
No, I would not after that. I mean, that's just ridiculous. That's rude. So John, did you know that you'd won on scenario at this point, and you were just trying to get the kill also? Or
Yes, because I needed to prove that
Amon
Amon
is-
would win with synergy.
okay, so
Not just control points.
So it's time to do the synergy. So
Yes.
is Amon going to get out from behind his own skirts and do anything, or is he going
I
to just
don't think he is.
Go, robots.
He's going to try.
Okay.
He's
He's gonna try. He doesn't do anything.
No, he moves up and tries to engage. He can't see through the forest to charge anything, so he's got to try to walk in.
Well, maybe he should have been a man and played forward the entire game, and
Oh,
then
just
I
like
could have killed him
Cytherian
early.
did? Yeah, Cytherian, such a
Hey.
brave frontline caster.
Hey, you know what? He's not hiding in a forest.
He's hiding behind metal.
There's
I'm
a
standing
difference.
naked
It's
in the
not a
woods.
forest.
I'm naked in the woods. Come on.
So you're playing Circle now.
That ironically enough, that's my other army.
It is your
I'm going to
Ironically
move
enough, it's my
Amon
other
and make
one,
him a
too.
circle caster.
You know what? Amon would be sick in circle.
Yeah, get
That'd be-
hordes of our guy.
Oh God. Hordes of our guy. Well, hordes of our guy with like a stalker for the end of the chain.
Yeah,
That'd be terrifying.
it would be.
That is not okay. He would be, Amon and Who's the Boss? Pretty okay in some factions.
Yeah.
Something to think about. Just think, Privateer. What you should have done was printed him on in another faction. Oh wait, you did that.
No, I think Amon as a hordes caster wouldn't be that bad.
No, he
because
probably
with
wouldn't.
transfers that would help mitigate his crappy armor.
There are no. These are the only 3 synergy casters, right? These guys in Vyros.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I think synergy would be just straight broken in hordes. Like it's really that good.
yeah. Well, because
The Fury
you have
mechanic.
the Fury mechanic would
It's
definitely
just-
break synergy. I think.
Yeah. Man.
So Amon's
Only-
moving up, trying to get a swipe in there.
He's gonna go
And
because he does
is
have reach.
falling short. Of
Oh,
swinging at Mr.
I was really hoping to see Amon do something with his life, but now I don't.
He was gonna
And that's
slam
me
that jack into
celebrating just a little
the.
bit.
What?
I was doing cabbage patching.
Nice.
Really, really horrible white person cabbage patching.
Nice. So, what you need to do now, Newby, is you need to talk to him a lot and hope he burns 10 minutes on this janky assassination so that you win
I tried
on the death
talking.
clock.
I did. There's a pair of legs down at the end of the table. I'm pretty sure they were talking too.
Yeah. Well, those look like Andy's
Cannot
legs. So.
deter this guy.
And his dice have not taken quite the turn for the worse that yours did, I'm noticing.
No, they had
Yeah,
a pretty crappy
no.
turn 3 where
But
I
they-
failed to assassinate or destroy the cipher and spread around some pain.
Now, the
but-
dervish doesn't have reach, does it?
No.
So did you just block your own line to get to Centurion, or has he
No,
still
no.
got it? He's still
He
got it.
still
Okay.
got it.
Okay. And I assume you have mobility up.
Correct.
Okay. So
Mobility and synergy are both rocking this turn. So
And how many focus does that leave you to put on the
I
dervish?
believe he's got 2 on him.
Okay. All right. So
There's a 1 to upkeep synergy, 1 to cast mobility with the Hierophant's help.
Yep.
So I had, I believe, 2 on the Vanquisher and 2 on the Dervish.
But you have not killed the monitor. It looks like he's still standing strong.
The
So
monitor is on the far side of the table. You're
that's the
talking about
inverter.
The inverter, yes.
Inverter.
Yeah, I think
You'll learn.
the inverter may be scrapped.
Yeah, probably.
I think he just got scrapped.
Riddle me this, Batman. What is that monitor doing with its life this turn?
It was trying to contest
I-
the flag and kill a vassal.
I was trying to get that vassal on the hill, which I would have gotten on a decent
11.
dice roll.
Well,
but
11 is
that
above
was
average.
The start. of my crappy dice rolls.
So, but I mean, a heavy against a vassal, it seems like you could have just run over to the flag.
Yeah, I could have. But then, the entire induction thing, I would have been too far outside.
That's true. No, that's fair.
So
things are about to get ugly.
So I charged in first swing with +4 to hit from synergy.
Seems
and,
likely to
battle
hit.
him.
Ugh,
Actually,
geez.
+5.
Ugh.
No, +4.
So you're probably
I keep
rolling
correcting
it like right around dice even.
Dice -1 for damage.
Ugh. So eight, not good.
No, it wasn't.
And then he's gonna do. I don't know why he's rolling a column.
Because he has a construct. Apparently, John has to roll a location for anything with a construct. Because he's a warjack too, because that makes sense.
Oh, jeez.
So another 6.
Yep. And that's the ball game.
Yes, that was.
All right. So any final thoughts as we watch you guys wrap up and pick up your models a little bit here? When Andy reaches in to look at your inverter.
Amon is better.
Wow.
Amon is not better.
All right. So
if I had any inventory whatsoever, it would have been a slightly different game. Slightly being the key word.
or if he had a corollary. I'll be honest. This game changes a lot if there's a corollary on the.
It may have just taken longer for you to lose.
Wow. Ooh. Wow. He's getting mouthy. You let him talk to you like that?
Well, if he wants to get mouthy, I got a different part of the party.
I mean, we could get a little fish slap bet going on here. I think I would buy the fish. I'm just saying.
I don't think we can trust you to buy anything, Jeremy.
Zing. All right. Well, thank you guys for listening to Crippled System Video Podcast number 6. Words to live on. Amon is clearly the better synergy caster.
Oh,
so
he is
Then
not.
Cytherian. It has just been proven.
Hey, you bring all mangled metal and I will kick your ass.
Well, we may have to have a rematch then.
All right, rematch.
well, first I have to have the synergy off with Eviros versus the old man in the robes, because my caster, he gets in there and gets shit done. Unlike your little pansy hide behind the forest, I will show you how a man gets things done.
a man on a horse.
A man
get
on a
him
horse.
close enough
That's
to
not just a
Amon
man.
for Amon to take a swing, and we'll see how
We'll
well
see how that
Eviros
goes.
gets done. Yeah.
Yikes.
All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for listening. Bye.